everyone, welcome back for this 2-in-1 special of looking through my sketchbooks and crying of embarrassment afterwards. In the last one, we saw that I took a very deep dive into pencil drawing, even though it was with mechanical pencil, which I would
never, ever do today.
Because I realized that I enjoyed the idea of how versatile pencil can be, because I could do cross-hatching, I could do shading. That's kind of when I really got into it. And today is a 2-in-1 special because I will be going over my sketchbook that I believe I'm pretty much about done with. I might have like 2 more pages in it, but this is the one that is my most recent sketchbook. And we will also be going through some pastel drawings because I got into pastels. I got into pastels in late 10th grade because we did our first pastel project in art class and I really liked it. None of my pastel drawings are actually in here. I usually just rip out the paper because it's
really messy.
But I have some around my room that I will be, filming and talking about as I go. I'm excited to go through this. I haven't really looked at like some of the earlier drawings in this sketchbook that I've done. It's just like what a journey we've been on, right? From what was in the first video to now, and even what was in the last video. Like, I feel like I was a little harsh on myself in the last video. I definitely made a lot of strides. I just still... Faces are hard, man. I love to draw them, but faces are so challenging. And without further ado, let's get on into it. I don't even know which is the front and which is the back. Clearly, I went from such a colorful sketchbook to just plain on black. Front, and it's all messy with pastel dust because pastels are so messy, bro. So, here we go. And I can already see which drawing this is. This drawing, which I had on my wall, this drawing, I actually really like it. I drew this, I believe, when Harry cut his hair. That's his handwriting of all the love, which I also have on a... Can people leave me alone? And then here is a drawing of Louie and Harry hugging. It's kind of a long story that I won't get into right now because I'm not a One Direction channel. The first actual drawing from this sketchbook is really dirty because it has just a bunch of charcoal on it. So ignore that, that's not supposed to be there. This line shadow drawing, which is actually pretty darn good. Look at Harry with his curls.
A king, an icon.
I actually really like this. I haven't looked at this one in such a long time. Kind of reminds me of that Joey Tribbiani one from that one video where I kind of gushed all over him. Kind of want to do more like this. Now I do like so many like realistic drawings that I don't really go back to this. But this is actually pretty cool. And that's not a bad... That's a good one. This is a hatching technique drawing with Dunkirk Harry.
Yo, oh my god, Dunkirk Harry.
What I would do for Dunkirk Harry, honestly, I would do anything for that man. His character name was Alex, but I will call him Dunkirk Harry forever. God, if you haven't seen that movie, what are you doing with your life? Go watch Dunkirk now. It's beautiful. I love this drawing, actually. Just a little pencil, still mechanical pencil, cross-hatching drawing with his little, life. Whatever that's called. Life jacket! And y'all, can I just fangirl for a minute? Just a minute. Don't worry, darling. His next movie, he is a supporting character to the main lead, which is played by, what's her name? Florence? I'm so excited for that. Like, my dark, hairy, like, inner fangirl is screaming because, like, he is, like, it's like a psychological thriller. Harry's, like, second movie? So excited. I'll be drawing some of that stuff. I will. I already have it planned. Ooh, this one's actually kind of good for mechanical pencil. It's, again, you guessed it, Harry. I really quite like his hair, and you can kind of tell in his face that it's actually him. Wow, look how it shines with the ring light. I hate mechanical pencil. When I tell you I'm obsessed with this man's eyes, it ain't a lie. And I've drawn his eyes so many times now, I could tell you everything about them.
If Harry Styles is watching this, please don't think I'm weird. I'm not. Trust me, bro. I'm not. Please don't think that. You have a very nice face.
That I happen to love dearly. Ooh, there's something not One Direction related in here. Shut.
Oh.
I think I drew this probably when we planned the trip because I know I went in the summer after this date. But it's pretty cool, right? Nice calligraphy and some little flowers. That one's actually pretty good. That one's actually pretty good. It looks like a man. That one's good. I like it. I focused on the face and I didn't really give a crap about the, shirt or whatever. And that's not sarcasm here. I'm actually saying that I quite like that I did that. Oh. Oh my god, I need to give you guys context on these. Oh man, I was actually kind of crazy back in the day, now that I think about it.
I was kind of weird. I was a weird kid.
So, have you ever heard of Wattpad? Basically, that's where people write fan fiction, including myself. And there was one fanfic. Honestly changed my life. It's called, what was it called? Oh my god, I can't forget the name. I think it was called The Butterfly Effect. I don't remember what it was called. I want to say The Butterfly Effect. But basically the whole premise is anybody's dream. This girl accidentally wishes that all of the fanfic stereotypes of Harry Styles that she's read in her life came to life. And that ends up happening. And there's one of them is kind of like the antagonist, and that's Demon Harry. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? And it's a whole story of how she has to band together with the other Harrys, and because it's fan fiction stuff, they're all falling for her at the same time. It's kind of crazy. There were 2 or 3 books in that series. It was great. It was my favorite book ever. I would even love to go reread it because it was pure dark humor, my favorite ever. And so I took the time to draw my favorite ones, which were 2 of them of all the Harrys that were from that book. And so there was Prince Harry, who was such a gent, and his whole plot twist story. What am I actually talking about right now? He was great. And then there was Psycho Harry, who was just the best one. So I drew them too. I turned this in for a grade, y'all. It's pretty good though. I can't believe I actually drew this stuff. This is the Psycho. This one I actually had to Photoshop a bloody cleaver in his hand. I did that and then I drew it.
I was crazy.
That isn't normal, right? I also had no friends. That all kind of makes sense. I think I actually started using charcoal when I had these, so I think this is about when I also got my actual tools. I don't know what to say. Kind of starting to realize that I was a little cuckoo. I should have just finished the rest of this drawing. This one's not that bad. It's a small drawing of Harry Styles, and I actually went pretty good with the detail, and I'm still pretty sure that there is some mechanical pencil in here. But look at this. I should have just finished it with the feet. Look at that. That's actually pretty good. So here is where I finally start drawing true portraits with charcoal. I don't like this one. It's my first one, so.
Understandably so.
I should have just finished the shirt, but his shirt had so many it was a ribbed sweater, so it was a lot and I just couldn't. His face isn't bad, and the hair is not bad either. Not that mad about it, y'all. not too bad. This is one of my favorite drawings. Oh my god. I love this drawing, you guys. This is probably one of the best drawings I have ever done. Like, dead serious. It's perfect. And I won't say that often, but like this drawing, I mean, there's definitely stuff that could be like, you know, done. Look at that. Can you believe that the girl who drew that first Harry Styles in the video drew this maybe 3 or 4 years later? I finally got to an understanding of what freaking shadows were and how to implement them. And highlights. Like, look at those little, you know, eye crinkles. Look at them smiling. Ugh, this book is so dirty because there's so much charcoal everywhere. Oh my gosh. Y'all. Remember in the last video when I literally couldn't draw Louie Tomlinson for my life. I feel so bad. But now that is Louie. That is my boy.
My small son.
So much charcoal. This is the one. Okay, so as I said in the last video, I believe, there's a drawing in here of Harry's hand that I feel is so good compared to like ones in the last book and even some of the ones in this book. Check that out. Now that
Is a hand.
Aww, I'm telling you, I had a thing for eyes. I drew all the One Direction boys' eyes. And the weird thing is, it's probably no one watching this, unless you're like a hardcore stan, can tell whose eyes are whose. But I know
Exactly.
whose eyes are whose. That's Harry, Niall, Louie, Liam, and Zayn.
No freaking way.
I drew another one of those fanfic boys. One of those fanfic Harrys. And I know exactly what I did for this drawing too. Oh my god. This isn't what Harry looks like, and Harry is not one for gun violence in real life. Let me preface this. In that book, while there were Psycho and Prince Harry, there were so many Harrys. There was also Assassin Harry. I remember the author wrote Assassin Harry, his own book. She was doing that for some of them, but then kind of stopped as she grew up and went to college, because I knew all about her life. Assassin Harry had like, I think he had like an Italian accent. It was crazy.
What am I talking about right now? Seriously.
And he also had like a ring on his lip. So that's why he has a ring on this lip. It looks like Harry, and it's a good drawing. I just can't believe I did this. I can't believe I did this.
I photoshopped this picture and then drew it.
What is wrong with me? And then I turned it in for a gray. I was about to say, I need psychological help. I'm already in therapy, so. This is a non-One Direction related drawing. Surprised? I am. Some, you know, angsty lip action. They're pretty good, I would say. Even when I hit my highs, I also hit my lows, and this was one of them.
Tragic.
This drawing, I think I might have actually used some mechanical pencil with this, or I just really sharpened my pencils. I'm not quite sure. It's super tiny. Like, it's a whole, you know, drawing of Harry, and his face is real small. I remember I hated it, but I turned it in anyway because I had to, you know, we have to draw, and I'm not gonna keep drawing because I hate something, because these things took time. These drawings would take me, like, especially like the big charcoal ones, they would take me upwards of like 5 hours. This is it. I remember my art teacher came in and saw this, and she loved it. I was so surprised because I hated it. I thought it was horrible, but ever since she said that, I kind of see what she was talking about. It's pretty good. Like, honestly, the pants are kind of my favorite part. They just look real. And his face too. Actually, like, I really did that. This drawing I don't know how I feel about it either. He was wearing like a see-through-ish kind of shirt with like a leathery jacket. I think the jacket's good. I think honestly, I just don't like the way I did his face. And his eyes are kind of weird, I guess. I don't know. Couldn't tell ya. This one, I remember, took me forever. And once I was done with it, I just hated it. I just don't like I don't like his face. He's like leaning down, or kneeling down. The jacket looks pretty bomb. And I remember the jacket taking me forever, but I'm not here for the face. Ooh, this one's kind of like going back to my hatching scribbly days. I kind of like it. I like his face. I like his face. I always like his face, but I like his face here too. I think I tried the whole realistic thing, like more realistic thing in pen, and I figured out that I don't like it. It looks like him, that's for sure. The hair's okay, but I'm not the biggest fan. Ooh, there's this girl that I found on Instagram, and I just thought that she was so pretty. I really like this drawing that I did. Look how pretty she is. And the hijab looks great, actually. This is another one of my most favorite drawings ever. It's just so good. The shirt, amazing. His hair, it looks so good. It's genuinely one of my favorite drawings. Like, you could actually tell in this drawing that he has life in his eyes. And it's just one of my favorite drawings ever that I've ever done. Again, with Dunkirk Harry, I was obsessed. I like the hair, but I just kind of gave up on the shirt, honestly. I gave up. I didn't purposely stop there. I just gave up. This one is good, though. This one's good. It's finished. It's Louie Tomlinson. Looks like him. The eyes are good. I love the hair. This is like after... This sketchbook is actually... It's between 9th grade and now, basically. I already graduated when I did this drawing. If y'all don't know, I
am obsessed
with the game Red Dead Redemption. I've never cried so hard in my life until that game. I drew the main character, Arthur Morgan, my one and only cowboy. The person who did the mocap and the voice for him liked my photo of this drawing. It's really, I love it. I really actually love this. Another video game inspired, The Last of Us 2. This is the main character, Ellie. Very bloody Ellie. Honestly, could have been better. Really could have been better. That's all for this book. So now I'm gonna go around my room and talk about the charcoal ones first, and then I'll do the pastel ones, because those are the kinds of drawings that I have around my room. The first one I'll talk about, I only have really 2 out. The reason why these are out is because I actually showed them in our little high school fine art gallery that we had one night. They were my favorites at the time for my sketchbook. And this one, I really like it. I still think that it's really good. His hair looks magical. The jacket is really well done. And his face is very handsome, might I say. This one above it is just beautiful. Again, I love the hair. I did a really good job on his sweater, and his face, it just looks good. Like, what can I say? It just looks good. And now I'll quickly talk about the pastel ones that I have on my wall. So this one, which I actually have framed, is the first pastel piece I've ever done. Pastels are basically colored charcoal, same messiness, same amount of dust when you do anything. And I just loved the water, and I just loved the image that was created in this picture. It's so good, and it only inspired me to keep going. So I bought a whole box of pastels and pastel pencils, and I really went to town. This is the first drawing I ever did with my pastel kit of a human with skin tone. And I'd never really had to mix skin tone before. I've never done like proper colored skin tone anything until this one, and I am so proud of it. This one is Harry's Rolling Stones cover. I really like it. What can I say? It looks good to me. That's why I have it hanging up. And I just love the hair. All right, this one. Again, Red Dead Redemption. This is the main character. I liked this one because the art style of this sort of promotional picture for the game was really like this, just like, it looked almost like paint, and I kind of wish I could do this drawing in paint. But it was just kind of like colored and all over the place, and like very dramatic. I freaking love it. I believe this is last year. I got like a bunch of canvases, and I was painting a lot of stuff, and Harry like had some new pictures come out, and so I wanted to paint one of them, and this is the first time I've ever tried to mix skin tone with paint for like highlights and shadows and midtones and everything.
It was a pain in my butt.
This painting isn't great, but I am pretty darn proud of what I did. It's a bit yellowy now that I'm really looking close at it. And the shirt, I honestly just was like, screw this, it's so ruffly, I was confused.
I was also painting this at like midnight.
But for a first time, come on. Go back to the first sketchbook for my first times, and let me tell you, it wasn't that great. I think that's it for this video. This was a very interesting series to go back through and look at how I've grown. I'm awfully inspired. I'm looking forward to seeing how I continue to grow. If there's any drawings from any of the series that you liked, let me know in the comments. If there's any drawings. If there's any drawings in this one that you liked, let me know. During the summer, particularly, because I'm busy right now with school, I will be taking commissions, so hit me up if you want that. You can like DM me on Instagram, or if you know me personally, you know, just. So thank you for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.